I finally got my first DC fridge. Let's see what it's hitting for. So as I peel this plastic joke off, it says this side up, but all of the quick releases for the straps are on the bottom. So you at least gotta turn this dip sideways. Now one question is it gonna be a box within a box? What y'all think? I think not, but I ain't never had a DC fridge before. What do I know? Oh snap, I don't have my microphone on. That's just dumb. Now I got my microphone on. What a bum move. Oh, it is a box within a box. Cash me outside, how about that? All right, this is the top here. Now, I know these fridges have handles, don't they? Where the handles at, B? I'm gonna just try and make it work to get out of here. Ooh. Okay, let's take a look around this real quick. Oh, it's a mighty tall one, mighty tall. I was debating on whether or not to get the 50 quart, the 43, but not the 32. I was not thinking about getting the 32. So I went with the biggest size because it's my first one. Why play myself? I'd rather have bigger and complain about it being too big than have smaller and complain about it not being big enough. Y'all, I don't even know how to open this thing. How do these things work, man? I'm such a rookie out here in these streets. All right, you just pull on it really. Holy moly, the handle fell off. What the heck, man? Did it break? I don't know what just happened here, y'all. It could be my fault, man. You know, I don't be out here in these wilderness streets needing DC fridges and stuff. I'm gonna have to deal with this later. I gotta keep going. This is what it looks like inside. Couple, you know, don't feed to your kids. Little box, we're gonna see what's in there in a second. Okay, it has a divider that comes out. It's pretty cool. And I imagine the whole tray comes out as well, which it does. It gives some little guides here on the side as it relates to temperature, 41 degrees, juice, seafood, probably a light right there. It's interesting. This is very interesting. Connections wise, it looks like there's a fuse, 15 amps, and then 12 to 24 ability to power it, and then their proprietary little port, which is probably gonna have an AC adapter in here and a 12-volt adapter. What's in the box? All right, we got a instruction manual or whatever. What are these? There's 4 of them. Maybe a handle? Power adapter. Actually, it's a power adapter with a lighter socket on it. That is peculiar. Adapter says it's rated at 13.5 volts, 6 amps, with a max of 81 watts. So this goes directly into the device itself. So it's always powered by 12 volt. This is a peculiar design. And then you use the power adapter to power the 12 volt. And it fits in there pretty snug. I'll say pretty snug. Inside the joint, it has like a slight little ridge. The reason why that's important is because there's like these little things on the side. I don't know if you can see that. You see these little joints right here? Maybe that helps it to stay connected more, but I don't know how well that's gonna go because typically people talk about how these little adapters, them being as long as they are, they don't fit into 12-volt sockets of power stations. This was a thing like 2 years ago. I don't know if this is still a thing now. I don't know. Some little proprietary non-Allen, maybe a star key tool, and then we got some bolts and we got some poles. I'm assuming that has something to do with it. 3-year warranty on the compressor and a 1-year warranty for all other parts from the date of your purchase. You are entitled to a replacement or refund for major failure and compensation for any other reasonable foreseeable loss or damage. So I guess if your food goes bad, they might give you some coins. So on this handle, it doesn't seem like anything in here is broken. They all seem pretty much intact, so I think I just need to kind of snap it back into place. So I figured this out. I got it back on. It only took me like a second to really like kind of see what was happening here. And it looks like it's on there pretty good. At least I'd like to believe. But I could be wrong. So it seems like the ideal way is to push your thumb down here and push with it, instead of just like pulling like that. So I would put my thumb down, push, and it seems to behave quite nicely. So I was like, what are these screws about? I see 4 indentations, but these little caps are filling it. So you needed to put it in That's actually nice to have handles on this because it doesn't have wheels. So you need handles to carry it. I had something in mind for this, like a beach day, but I don't know that I would bring something this big out to the beach. But I also noticed that the devices don't get smaller, they just get shorter. So the footprint will be the same. So I'm glad I went with the tall one. I may regret that, but hopefully more companies will send me other stuff and then I'll have a better way to choose after looking at this one, so I'll understand which way I need to go for the next one. So the temperature range is from 0 degrees Fahrenheit to 50 degrees, or negative 10 degrees Celsius to positive 10 degrees Celsius. There you go. This is the interesting thing to me, defrosting. Defrosting is needed when a layer of frost is thicker than 4 millimeters. To carry out this operation, turn off the refrigerator. So that's interesting. Some people talk about how you should defrost your joint regularly, but it seems like what they're saying is you only need to defrost it when there's more ice larger than 4 millimeters. So interesting thing. All right, let's power it up, see how much power it uses. I have to figure out which power station I want to use. One thing I am very interested in is seeing the watt difference between direct to DC versus AC to DC. That's going to be interesting to me because, you know, we talk about how DC is more efficient. And on such a small load, I think the efficiency, it'll be like 6 watts. Something minuscule, but it's more efficient, right? But we're gonna test that out. Now, one thing I must say that I do like about this approach of the 12 volt going in and then it going into the fridge here is that you don't have to keep disconnecting things. You can leave this constantly plugged in, and when you can use 12 volt, you use it, and when you need AC, you just grab your AC adapter and then plug this into that. Now the concern is how well will this continue to grip on that, but only time will tell. Just little things that you notice. This is like a right angle cable, and there is a lip on both sides of this thing, and I was hoping that it didn't plug in this way because that would just be silly, and it doesn't. You have to plug it in this way. So I thought that was cool. So now there's space for the cable to run this way instead of running up against this, and it also covers the fuse while it's plugged in. So interesting little bit of designed mindfulness. I can appreciate that. All right, we gonna plug it in. This is recording the screen. I kind of want to be able to get a couple vantage points here. All right, that is in there. The fridge, the light blinked a little bit, but nothing is going on, so it's not on right now. So let's take a look at the screen and see what it's doing. Using about 1 watt. So we're gonna come over here and turn this on. And it's on max. So it's this way, so it's 59 degrees, let's see. Dang, it went to 14, 12. What the heck is that? Is that the temperature that's going to try and go to? Okay, 0 degrees. And then goes by 2s, which is interesting. What did it start off at? It started off in, okay, 50. Okay, so 0 to 50 degrees, that's in Fahrenheit. And then we're going to break it down to, I don't know, y'all. What should I freaking put it on? 32? Just like right by freezing? I don't know. So it's on 32. What's it doing over here? 35 watts. While that does its thing. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's showing the temperature changing. So it's saying it's 62 right now, and it's on max mode. So I guess I'm gonna keep it on max mode since that's the thing that it turns on in. So it says 63. I set it to 32, so we'll wait till it gets to 32. So cup holders are good for holding screws. Now I know I'm being a bit silly here, but they say that you have 2 left joints and you have 2 right joints. It's like, these are the same thing. So this is how it looks with the handles on. Pretty, you know, sweet, I guess. One thing about the handles is the bars move and they roll, so they don't sit in there flush, and they kind of have a little bit of play, which is pretty cool, I suppose. Another one of those things where you might like it a different way. I don't have enough of these to have an opinion either way. Checking on our power usage here, and then we'll put the second handle on. Now it's at 70, so it's using about 70 watts. And the temperature has gone down 2 degrees to 61. This is upside down, but that's what it is, 61. So actually, just considering the fact that it was at 70 and now it's at 65, I think it's a safe bet to just go ahead and plug it into AC and see what happens. Because, I mean, what's the AC gonna do? The AC is gonna show the amount of power that it has compared to DC in this particular state, especially since it's not cooling particularly swift. So it's at 54 degrees. So it's like, it's not like it's like you turn it on and then it's like, oh, is that 32? It takes a second. So I'm gonna plug the AC cord in. So I just plugged the AC in. The green light is on. The fridge. Oh, the compressor just started up. It started to rumble. We're at 52 degrees. I didn't have to turn it back on. It just came right back on max mode. So it's still at 32. So it's preserved the settings through a power loss. And in this particular mode right now, it's using about 36. And that's what we started at before. So I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes or so and to see how much power it's pulling after it really kind of settles into doing its job here. We have only used 5% of this 300 watt hour capacity battery. That is about 15 watts because it's 300, 10 is 30, half that. You get it. So it has kind of geared up on the AC plug. You can see that it's using 74 watts. And I think the 12 volt plug was like 70. So that's what I was saying earlier, like DC is more efficient, but it's not efficient by much. It's about 4 watts. What is that percentage wise? 10%, 5% maybe? I don't know. Freezer just turned off. I heard it power down. 32, 31 degrees. Let's look at the Young Jackery. And it's using 4 watts. And it has used a total of about 30 watt hours to get it from 60 something to 32 degrees. Check this out. It is using 4 watts. It has cooled down to 32 degrees. But after a while, look at the temperature here. It's 23 freaking degrees. First DC fridge. Y'all may want to ask, what you gonna use it for? In the immediate future, no clue. I have in mind things like going to a park, to the beach, you know, being in a particular location for an extended amount of time and having drinks and things that'll be refrigerated. We don't have to rely upon thermoses and, you know, whatever fancy things my wife got to keep their water cool. We could keep some semblance of food, cold sandwiches and things like that. It is not a dual zone. That would have been cool to experience. I think it's just a fridge. It's not a freezer combo. But, you know, we're going to figure it out. Y'all stay tuned.